trending events around the continent. Regional leaders, development partners, and trade experts have converged on the Gambia for the first ever Strategic and Technical Steering Committee meeting of the Africa Trade Competitiveness and Market Access Program, a landmark initiative aimed at unlocking West Africa's trade potential. The two-day meeting brought together representatives of ECOWAS, the European Union, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, the International Trade Center, member states, and key stakeholders to chart a roadmap for expanding regional trade, improving market access, and supporting business growth across West Africa. The head of cooperation for the EU delegation to the Gambia described the program as a major step towards economic transformation and regional integration. The chairman of the Brikama Area Council has attributed delays in taking disciplinary action against council staff accused of corruption to the centralized structure of the Local Government Service Commission, which operates under the Ministry of Lands, Regional Government, and Religious Affairs. He said progress on the cases has been slow because local councils lack the authority to independently determine the fate of implicated staff members. The long-awaited Negma ferry service on the Banjul-Bara route has moved closer to launch. After a successful trial involving the ferry, the Turkish ambassador said a tanker truck was safely loaded onto the vessel before it completed a test journey and returned without complications. This is an important step before finalizing the last details in order to start the Banjul-Bara crossings. The Turkish-backed service is expected to boost capacity and help ease congestion on one of the Gambia's busiest transport routes. The Gambia president presided over the second convocation ceremony of the University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, where he reiterated his government's commitment to strengthening higher education and promoting innovation-driven development. He congratulated the graduating class and praised USET's contribution to producing skilled professionals capable of supporting the Gambia's development goals. The president highlighted the importance of science, engineering and technology in building a modern economy and pledged continued support for institutions that equip young people with practical skills and quality education. Kama has alleged that the current administration has what he described as political junglers, in contrast to the alleged junglers during former president's 22-year rule. Speaking on what he described as increasing partisanship, discrimination, and political targeting of government critics, including activists and opposition figures, he claimed that individuals who criticize the government face various challenges. He further claimed that activists and opposition politicians face economic and social difficulties as a result of their political positions. Impunity in the face of repeated attacks on religious leaders and places of worship, combined with weak prevention and poor accountability, is leading victims in Nigeria to view violence as persecution or even genocide. Spreading violence and impunity for armed groups is undermining religious freedom in Nigeria. The comments by the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Religious Freedom came after US President angered Nigeria last year by condemning what he called a Christian genocide in the country. 35 people have been killed after gunmen struck Niger's largest airport. Residents in the predominantly Muslim country said they had just finished their morning prayers when explosions and gunshot sounds rang out from the international airport located in the capital. Zimbabwe's lower house of parliament has passed a bill to extend presidential terms from 5 to 7 years, which would allow President Emerson to remain in power until 2030. More than 200 lawmakers voted in favor of the draft legislation, surpassing the vote threshold required for a 2/3 majority to amend the constitution. The bill also scraps direct presidential elections, with future presidents chosen by parliament. The former special advisor to president has been placed under arrest and spent his first night at Rebus prison, following his appearance before Senegal's Special Cybersecurity Division. The Dakar High Court prosecutor issued an arrest warrant against him for speeches contrary to public morals and insults via computer system. The political scientist, who is also a petroleum engineer and environmentalist, is scheduled to face trial barring any changes. He had been summoned to the Directorate of Civil Security, where investigators say he admitted to making the remarks in question but showed no remorse or apology during questioning. The prosecutor subsequently ordered his detention.